Do I have what it takes to become truly great? To become more than a man? To become Iron Man?
Yeah, this is going to be a doozy. Yeah, and that is the cringiest shit you've ever said to me. It just... Jarvis, hang up. Oh, shit. Okay. Now, if you are under 20, I need you to understand something. Not every superhero game that came out back in the day was good. In fact, a lot of them were very shit. Now, to get to the quality of Marvel Spider-Man or the Arkham games, you had to climb Shit Mountain, and this is exactly where you'll find this game, in Shit Mountain.
That is one big pile of shit.
Now let me level with you guys. I remember this game being fairly average as a kid growing up, but I plan to play this game for you guys, have a couple of jokes, have a good time, and then move on.
Not a great plan.
But in playing this game and trying to get through the 13 gruelingly just insufferable missions, I had to stop at mission 5 because I just could not take it anymore. This game is hot garbage, and here's why. Now, as you would expect from the title and the box, this game closely follows the events of the first Iron Man movie, as it is a movie tie-in game after all. However, the charm and charisma that is seen in the first Iron Man movie is sorely missed in this game. Now, very surprisingly, some of the actors from the movie actually return to voice their respective characters in this game. However, it's just not done very well. RDJ, Terrence Howard, and Sean Toad, however you say his name, all return to reprise their respective roles. However, for some stupid fucking reason, Tony Stark and Iron Man have two separate voice actors, and it is the most jarring thing in the game. RDJ does the voice of Tony Stark, and Steven Stanton does the voice of Iron Man. There is no reason for this. He doesn't even sound like RDJ in a tin suit.
Who whizzed in your cornflakes, buddy?
Cry me a river. Besides, they still don't have a power source like mine.
Okay, so enough bitching about that. You're playing as Iron Man. How does it feel? How's the flying? How's the combat? How's the combat while flying? Does this game really make you feel like Iron Man? No, because it's all garbage. The combat in this game, to put it nicely, is just uninspired. It consists of you either flying or hovering, aiming, shooting. Hover, aim, shoot. Hover, aim, shoot. That is it. I wish someone were to shoot me to put me out of my misery. There are also insane difficulty spikes in the game, which are so unforgiving despite the combat being so basic. I had to drop the level down to easy because I felt like I was made out of a wet paper towel rather than a giant mechanical suit of armor, and even then I was dying so often. You have to hover or slightly maneuver just to be able to aim and shoot, but in doing so, you have a million fuck you missiles coming out of nowhere, as well as turrets and tanks firing at you. So your alternative is to fire off a couple of shots, fly around and circle back, and keep doing that until the enemies are dead. But in doing so, it just drags out the mission so long, much longer than what you'll be wanting to play them for. Now, to combat you feeling like a weak piece of shit, there is an upgrade mechanic in this game. Of course, it's not done very well, just like everything else in this game, but listen to this, it is the dumbest thing. You are able to swap some parts out of the suit for others, but ultimately they all play the same. They do provide some stat buffs, but when you're actually out in the field firing these things off, it all feels so similar. You also see some visual changes as these parts are swapped out, but do you get to see these changes on your Iron Man suit? No, of course not. Why would you? That would be silly. Now, if you were wondering how to get these suit upgrades, I will tell you, but you might want to sit down. It is probably the dumbest thing you'll hear all day. You play Tony Stark, who is one of the richest men in the MCU, at least at this point when this game came out. Now, to upgrade your suit in an Iron Man game, you might be thinking, I might need some Stark tech or some resources or something like that. Maybe from the thousands of stockpiles of Stark tech that you blow up in this game. No. You don't collect any of those resources, you collect cash. One of the richest men in this universe collects cash as a resource to upgrade his suits. And so the only way you can collect cash is by completing these missions and the objectives within them. The more objectives you complete, the more cash you get, and then that goes into upgrading certain parts of your suit. Again, I don't know why they didn't just change the resource to Stark Tech or something like that. It would have made a hell of a lot more sense rather than having one of the richest men collect money. What the fuck? So anyways, you'll be flying around shooting at things like cars, tanks, planes, helicopters, or even shooting at bases that, like I said, have stockpiles of old Stark Tech. Now there are a few bosses that are thrown in here for good measure, however you'll quickly realize that everything is taken out in the exact same way. So no matter whether you're fighting a person, an attack helicopter, or a tank, or anything else this game throws at you, they all play the same and they are all taken out in the exact same way. Also, the enemy intelligence in this game is just complete dog shit, to the point where they're bouncing helicopters off buildings. What the fuck are you doing? Okay, so they do try to diversify the levels a little bit by giving you some different environments. But no matter whether you're playing in a grassy field or a barren desert or even up in the sky, it all plays the same. So no matter where you are doing the same thing every single mission. Now, one aspect I thought I would really enjoy a lot more was the suit selection. However, you only unlock suits in this game if the missions call for it, i.e. they give you the suits based on where you are in the game. There are also challenge modes available to unlock some extra suits. I think there's like 6 from memory, but just given how boring and monotonous this game was, this is not something I was prepared to do. Now, to the game's credit, these suits do look really, really good, especially for the PS3. However, that being said, it's very hard to make an Iron Man suit look like shit. Oh my god, it's hideous. Now, the writing in this game is truly just atrocious. It really is some of the worst writing I have ever heard across any media on my 32 fucking years on this planet.
Whoa, trying to give me whiplash?
Very funny, Stark.
And you thought that was bad. Somehow the cinematics are even worse.
Tony?
You shouldn't be in here.
And you shouldn't be off risking your life.
And how do you know what I've been doing?
Gee, I don't know, maybe by the giant suit of fucking armor you're wearing? So this game really is a true product of its time. It's a real product of a quick cash grab looking to capitalize on the hype of the movie. And it's just an absolute travesty that does Iron Man so dirty in a gaming format. This truly is a shit stain in the history of superhero games. However, I am very glad that we've all learned from our mistakes and every superhero game is good now. Oh, yeah, I guess not. Thank you so much for the coffee supporters on the screen right now. And if you haven't already done so, don't forget to give me your money. Link to that is in the description below. If you liked the video, give it a like, sub to the channel. I'm going to go and find some rope and a very, very strong tree after playing this game. Yeah, that's what I'll do. All right.